Right, what's happening, people? Welcome to episode 3 of In the Stables. I'm joined with Spencer, Greeny, and TC. And we're going to go into a few things that have happened recently. Obviously, it's been layout drop, Malaga training, and then a few other things that you get very excited about.
Ooh, teasing.
Spicy.
All right. All right, anyway. So,
Malaga.
Who wants to chat first?
No, I'd say first point. Let's go over layout drop. That was the first thing to happen.
That is true.
So about a week and a half now. We got the layout. What a spicy little layout that is. I think there's going to be some mixed opinions on this one. I for one, I'm absolutely loving it, to be honest with you.
You loving it?
Yeah, it's aggressive, it's techie, it's get in your face and get some points down. So I'm enjoying it. What are you boys saying?
It looks aggressive, man. You know, I think there's plenty of opportunity to go far. I think it's going to be a very complex field as well within the midpoint, because I think it's very easy for people to get lost, being as how many bunkers are in that midfield. But yeah, man, just from training, I really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed how it was playing. I think we've got every single attribute for this field. So yeah, feeling super confident as well, man.
I think it's just like a mixture of last year's layouts, like combined into one. Like you see how you had the London event last year, where you had the snake, you could just go in straight away. I feel like
that was so fun.
I think the snake side will play that way. That will suit you and Louis. But like I think that the real mirrored on both sides. Like I feel like it's just going to be a bit of a stalemate. You can get to all the spots, but like if you can't shoot anyone there, then what's the point?
The cross shots will be crucial, but at the same time,
the guys are there with their scopes out, claymore,
cool lacking.
hard scoping, a lot of hard scoping on this one.
That's all right though. That's all right because
I'm a quick scoper.
Hey, quick on the PC, slow in real life, right?
No, I'm on Warfare 2 days. Catch me in time.
Don't worry, mate. Quick scope, no scopes, all of Lisbon, mate. What are we saying? Trick shot last.
I think so.
I beg if you pull out a spin move on someone.
Let's go dog on someone.
Yeah. Spin move.
360 into the Canada.
Yeah, I'm 360 in Harrison Fry.
What do you mean? You got to get out of the America first.
Hang on, he's got to get to the America first.
I was shooting you on the break this weekend. What are you talking about?
Exactly. Hiding in the back as usual.
And what? I come over to say,
TC.
And you're saying to Jim, he shot me twice on the break. Oh, please don't tell him. Please don't tell him.
Mate, I'm the one that told you.
This is the aftermath big snake player right here, cheating in practice.
Oh, getting called out.
Oh, there's no cheating.
Cuts out, yeah.
Not
no cheating. I'm the only one on the team that's kosher.
Kosher. Whoa. You just don't get caught.
I wish I was that good at it to even attempt it in a tournament. Let's just say that.
We don't do cheating, mate.
No,
we don't do
not
that.
on this team.
Really, you got to focus on how you wear your jersey first before you think about that.
Yeah, he's a trendsetter. You don't think he's
exactly, mate. People can't be gingers.
Come on.
What, he's setting trends wearing skirts in the pro division. I don't think that's a trend.
Yeah, mate. Got that long sleeve out.
All right. Next point. Malaga. First weekend on the layout. What a sick weekend with the boys, though.
Yeah.
Malaga was some of the most fun I've had in a while.
See, that's the thing, right? Like, if I can encourage anyone listening that wants to actually really enjoy paintball even more, right? It's getting abroad and making memories, or even if it's not going abroad, right? It's outside of playing, making memories with your teammates.
Yeah, like
on and off the field makes things so much better. Like the vibe of everyone, it just has this massive knock-on effect. Like you all just become boys. Do you know what I mean? Like it's so sick. Like making those memories.
End up on some adventures. TC got his hat stolen.
Yeah, TC got his hat stolen.
Yeah, mate, she was into you, you know.
No, she won't.
She was.
Like, who cares if she was 85?
It doesn't matter. Yeah. Not my cup of tea, unfortunately.
But trust me, she had the time of her.
That's crazy.
Yeah, get a little groovy on. So for context, we went for dinner Saturday night.
Dinner.
You know the rules.
You know the rules.
So we must have gone to one of the only places in Malaga that was full of.
No. Everywhere in Malaga's like that.
Okay,
All of the English people
Everywhere in Malaga's
retire and move to Malaga, and we happened to go to one of those restaurants. We picked this really nice, authentic Spanish place because I really wanted to get a paella.
Greeny was craving this place.
And we rocked up, and the kitchen was shut, so we had to go to the cabana around the corner. And
the cabana happened to be full of a bunch of OAPs. Live music and OAPs. So to Thomas's and Alex's surprise, as the night progressed, it just so happened to be their birthday coming up. So they may have slightly. Well, it was in a week's time, right?
Yeah,
the boys were all
counts.
together.
So if we're all together and we're all having dinner and we're traveling and it's your birthday, we have to celebrate it then. Like, come on.
Let's be real. We did stitch him up though. We did stitch
Yeah.
him up.
So me and Mason walked into the cabana because we were the only two people dressed adult, let's say. And we're just smart, and everyone else was dressed like paintball a little bit. You were casual.
It was not paintball.
You were casual.
Smart casual,
anyway,
thank you.
Me and Mace were dressed smart, so we went in first because it looked smart from the outside.
When did jeans and a t-shirt not become like smart casual?
Yeah, he's sending shots for you, Sven.
Anyway, mate, we're in Chelsea, we're now. Like,
Don't be out of location.
we might not actually be. We're in Hounslow secretly. We go in, and the first question we ask the lady is, "Can we get him to sing Happy Birthday if it's one of our birthdays?" And she's like, "Absolutely."
And by him, Greeny means this like classical karaoke holiday when you go to Spain, right? Your mum and dad drag you to this bar because they want to go out for a few drinks, right? Your mum's probably into that old school kind of music, yeah? She wants to go out for a little boogie. This guy sings all the bangers, all the old school bangers like disco, I don't know, whatever. All them people knew him, all the crinklies in that show.
Bro, it's just the same as a geezer you'll get at a caravan site like Pontins or
Oh,
something. It's literally just some B-Tech Elvis Presley just singing. He called me up to go sing some tunes for my birthday. It was already my birthday. I didn't even know the words. Like, he's putting the mic to be like,
what song did he play?
Bro,
we expected him to play Happy Birthday.
It was a classic.
Are we human?
Yes, yeah.
It's that killer song or something.
Yeah. So at the end of the night, we finished our dinner, and the guy like finally calls up. What was it? Alex Thomas.
Yeah, it was Alex Thomas,
Thomas,
wasn't it?
So he didn't realise it was Alex and Thomas. So he calls up Alex Thomas, and TC goes up all by himself because Anstey refused to go with him, left his boy hanging. And then the guy figures out all together.
Man, I ain't going, man.
I ain't going.
I ain't having it.
Not even my birthday.
You're crazy. You're not there.
And then anyway, the guy figures out all together and he invites the whole team up. So the whole team goes up to do a bit of karaoke to celebrate TC and Alex's birthday. And then all the OAPs come up and no, there was one Donny. There was one guy who was going around the restaurant grabbing all of the grandmas and bringing them up on stage to dance with us. And I tell you what, it was quite funny, and it was quite funny seeing Alex, who's probably like the least comfortable human on the planet, like dancing with a grandma. But they all loved Big Ethan. They were taking it in turns to dance with Big Ethan. And he's such a polite guy that he was like, "Oh, okay." Was it him who spanned the grandma?
No, it was Aiden.
Aiden
spanned the grandma, and the quote of the weekend was, "Don't spin me too fast. I've just had my hip replaced." So
and then TC got his hat stolen by the grandma. And
she was double teaming Alex and TC though, mate. She was all over them
go
two.
to Paris.
Yeah. She knew what she was doing.
I gotta be more careful. I gotta have this.
Yeah.
Do up the seatbelt.
Yeah. Staying locked in.
The seatbelt.
It was when she took it off your head,
Nah,
and he just went in. He was on the dance floor. Yeah, love, I think I'm gonna need that back for a sec. Honestly, my hair's shocking.
Someone's nan
taking this poor lady.
my hat.
Pardon?
Someone's nan just took my hat in Spain.
So anyway, yeah, and we also play paintball. So
yeah, we did.
Yeah.
We did. So we
Just so
we
happens to
trained
play.
against. Pardon?
No, carry on. Sorry.
We trained against Breakout, Galp, 5-star, and Joy Division, which was quite a spicy little weekend. To be fair, real productive. I feel like both teams played, well, all teams played pretty solid, really. Some I won't call anyone out.
Well, it was
I'll bite
training,
my
right?
tongue.
So
yeah.
the paint was pretty hard, and no one was really playing bouncers. So that made it quite.
Or hits.
Well, most people play the hits. That made it quite interesting at times, right? Because when you've got pro players, you know when you've hit your shot, and so sometimes you make decisions based on having hit the shot. But all in all, like the practice was really, really fun. Like we just played, points pretty much the whole time against really high level competition. All of the teams have really different styles. And so being able to kind of get some good looks in, and also just some like high quality, fun paintball in with all like I think it was the first time we'd had the whole team there all season. Like it was really, really good fun. So and the field was great.
It's a really cool location.
Yeah, it's a cool location. It's like 5 minutes from the beach. Somehow we ended up driving 20 minutes to the beach when literally on the way home we were like, oh, it's right there. So next time we know where the beach is. It was right next to the beach.
You can't drive.
You didn't have to experience it, mate. Driving up their mountains, mate.
My driving. Yeah.
Mason pulled the short straw.
Yeah.
Pulled the short straw, mate. Jesus.
We're fine in the UK, but foreign countries are not my fault.
Jim was like Colin McRae out there. I'm telling you.
Hang on. You will give me stick about my driving, but
you can't drive in the UK either. You can't.
None of you have a leg to stand on. TC, you haven't even got a license. So you
got that Legoland license.
Legoland
license.
Big man.
Don't worry.
Big up the Legoland license though.
Big it up.
As a kid, you'd go around flashing that.
My mum never took me to Legoland.
I still do.
Yeah, but you probably went.
I was
actual,
5, mate.
You didn't go like you went to
Lego
actual instead of just going to Windsor Legoland, you actually went to like Windsor Castle, Manor House, and just got invited for dinner. So that was it.
No, I wish. But was the site called Paintball Estepona?
Yes.
Yeah. So the guys at Paintball Estepona had us out, and yeah, it was a really nice venue. It's the kind of thing that. I mean, I think we'd totally be down to go out again. And apparently the paintball scene in Spain is booming at the moment. So if you play in Spain, I'd definitely get out to Paintball Estepona. And they've got nice turf. They've got really good hospitality.
So
they're lovely. Like they were offering us burgers and stuff like that during the training. We didn't bring any pots. So
Literally party booths. When we turned up, the VIP section.
Just there, like lounging.
For a mental note, anyone obviously
anything missing.
Like imagine you walk into the club and you see like these big booths that you probably have to pay X amount of money for, which is stupid, and they're just there, right at paintball. Felt like weekend felt good straight away from there.
My favourite part of the weekend, my favourite part of the paintball part of the weekend, because the cabana was funny, was at the end of training. Right, we're all done. Joy Division are done. Scalp are done. Breakout are done. 5-star are done. Everyone's like, all right, packing down. We're chilling.
I know where you're going with
it. Exactly. And then Axel now. So those of you who followed the pro scene for a long time will know Axel now. He sort of owns and runs Breakout Spa. Hilarious guy. See him disappearing off down to the rec ball field where there's a children's party with a little 50 cal marker and a full like bag of paint. And I'm like, where are you going? He's like, just gonna go shoot the kids.
Wait, did he actually do that?
Yeah. He went and joined the children's birthday party and was just like gatting them. I think he knew someone like there, like so it was like he
was going for it.
It was funny, like
going for a high
but it was it made me laugh so much. I was like, you're just living the life, mate. Absolute dream.
He lives out there, doesn't he? Has done for like 2-3 years now.
Yeah, no, it was good. Cool guy. So we trained in Malaga, came back to the UK. It was to be honest, it was really easy travel as well. Like we didn't have to leave. Well, we flew in Friday night.
It was not easy travel when I got to the gate to the boarding section. Right, Charles goes through, scans his boarding pass. Are you Alex Hanstey?
Oh, on the way
there. Are you?
I forgot about it.
In the face, mate. Are you Alex Hanstey? Like, oh my god, it was like the geezer was carrying like something explosive or whatnot. And she goes,
That's what they thought.
where are you with Aiden Ball? Where is Aiden Ball? And I was like, yo, like, she means business. And I was like, yeah, just scanned me, hoping she wouldn't say anything. Yeah, you're all right, chilling. So I sit down there, eat my breakfast, and she was like, the really
It was
demanding.
dinner, mate.
Trying to find
It was
Aiden.
9 in the evening.
9 p.m.
We all just had pints and spoons.
Oh, it was my dinner. Sorry, no, I thought it
It was my dinner.
my
Dinner.
No, I said breakfast because I had like this like oat bowl, and I thought breakfast at the time. But anyway, so she's going crazy trying to find where Aiden is. We're trying to Aiden, yo, man, you need to hurry up. Next thing you know,
So the best part was because you weren't with Aiden.
No.
We sat down with Aiden in spoons and got a Guinness, and he looked at it and went, "Are you taking that long to drink that?" And we were like, "How long could you get it? How long would it take you?" Like he was like 3 seconds.
Yeah, how long would it take you, Aiden, to neck a pint?
So right, literally the second. So we, the second you called was about 2 seconds after we'd given Aiden a whole Guinness and bet him like £5 he couldn't down it in 3 seconds. So he showed up to the fucking gate where this lady was looking for him, little bit steaming because he also had an espresso martini and a lager.
And a lager.
And a lager, mate. That's what it was, mate.
We were trying to get him on tequilas. We were not.
Oh, yeah. They wouldn't even sell us tequila for Aiden. Banned. So Aiden shows up steaming.
Alex goes with him. And then next thing you know, this guy that comes in, he's got a high vis on. Clearly, he's important. You know what I mean? He's the man on the floor in the airport. Whatever goes on, he knows.
Who's the lemon squeezer, mate?
Exactly. So he comes through and he's like, right, the K&R unit is coming in. I'm afraid I'm going to have to board you onto another plane. And I'm thinking, oh my God, here we go. I'm thinking all the bags are getting pulled. We're all going to have to talk to the police or something. I'm thinking we're going to miss a flight. I'm like, it's over. This weekend's not going to go well. I can feel it. And the next thing you know, the police turn up and they go, oh, yeah, it's all cool. No worries. We made the right safety procedures. And then we get on the flight and then we get to Malaga. But yeah, that was basically that story. But at first, we were worried.
We were worried. The part about Alex where he was like, oh, I'm sorry.
Rude boy Alex Anthony.
You can't be baiting out Alex, man.
As the police show. This is according to Aiden, right? This is according to Aiden. None of us were there.
Aiden,
you can imagine
Aiden's trying to tell the story.
He's gonna wear that. Walking here to you and just go, yo, TC.
Yeah, for someone that lived with him, that wasn't a very tactical decision.
That's right.
You're safe.
I would like to just take a moment to say RIP to my fuel bottle.
Oh yeah, easy.
So, for reference, there was no way my reg was coming undone from said bottle. So,
and you'd already packed it and left the house.
As you know, you can't fly with a reg in your bottle. So, RIP had to be disposed of at the airport.
Yeah.
So, Spendog was bottleless. We've been through many adventures, but
so we've got new ones coming.
Yeah, I've got new ones coming. I've got new ones coming.
On to bigger and better things, man.
New regs too.
Oh yeah, so we met.
Those things. Have
you got a reg? Have you got one to hand?
I'll run. Time it.
Go on, sprint. You come. Hurry up.
So yeah, we need to actually give a big shout out.
This is where we play. Like the Subway Surfer. Cheers.
Okay, yeah. For the audio listeners, DC has just gone sprinting off to go and get one of the regs. Just so you're aware of what's happening.
So yeah, we need to give Powerhouse a massive thank you. They sorted us out with some custom regs for the year, and they look
sweet job. Sweet.
I put my reg on my marker, and it immediately shot way better. So I didn't realize how big a difference regs make, but their stuff seems to be great. Like the shot was super consistent. It looks good. It was easy to install. Just literally screwed it in. Worked a treat.
T's nervous. He doesn't have to show off a reg.
Yeah.
Whether you can see this on the camera, right?
Put your hand behind it or something. Just try and get do as if you're doing like a little makeup tutorial. There we go.
Not Powerhouse.
Why are you watching makeup tutorials?
You know the rules.
Anyhow, moving on.
Yeah,
I try.
Big up to Courtney, whoever Courtney is. She approved.
Yeah,
Courtney. Big up.
I think Courtney sorted all of our regs. But for those listening, because this should go out on YouTube and Spotify, we'll see if we can make the YouTube actually work. We're trying it. we'll probably post up a story or like a highlight at some point of the reg, so you can have a look. I think there's a few knocking around in the UK if you want to get hold of one yourself.
Well, CPPS is on the 5th and 6th of April.
Yeah,
and a few of the boys will be down at CPPS. So if you're there by any chance at round 1, you can have a little browse.
Yeah. Or if you want to get in touch with us in our DMs, I'm sure we can sort you out with something. But yeah, no. So aside from the antics of traveling, I thought the travel was definitely some of our easier travel in terms of like the flight was pretty easy. We got in at a reasonable time. The hire car was good, and we stayed in these villas, these apartments on top of each other. They were super nice.
Yeah,
it's so much nicer staying in like apartments versus hotel because you've got your own space, you've got a fridge, microwave, kettle, you got it all.
I mean, we had a lizard in our one.
Yeah, big shout out to the lizard in our
apartment.
Yeah, we had a little lizard. A little resident already there. It was quite nice actually. Little guy, little gecko, man.
What was it called? I'm surprised if you didn't name him.
We don't speak lizard, unfortunately. We didn't get that.
Unfortunately, we couldn't really introduce ourselves. It was I spent a lot of time chasing him around the apartment to try and get him out.
With a broom.
So no, not with a broom, just straight hands.
Wait, none of you
He was
filmed
just there brushing his teeth, and he's like, "Yo, man,
I filmed the lizard. I didn't film
I would love to see you
the excavation of said lizard.
Excavation.
Excavation? Is that the right word?
No.
Kind of is.
Excavation. You dig something up.
I was digging up the lizard. Okay, the removal.
We've got all these books on there. No worries.
Listen, don't worry about me, okay? The removal of said lizard was not caught on video. However, there are several videos of me holding said lizard.
Oh really?
Yeah.
You still didn't give it a name?
No,
that's crazy.
No, maybe that's a bit rude of me actually.
Lizards in Portugal, in Spain, he's got them everywhere.
There was a lizard at the pool in Portugal last year as well. Yeah, lizards are like this, man.
How about you call a group of lizards?
Lizards.
Squad.
Lizard squared.
It's got a lounge of lizards.
A lounge of lizards.
Yeah. That's your fun fact for the pod.
That's everyone's fun fact for the pod. Do you
want to know how I know that?
Fun facts for James.
The club in Bristol was Lizard Lounge, and then they just had it on like a little plaque in there.
Oh
yeah.
The more you know.
Yeah, it's good time. Educational experience.
Maybe we make that a segment. The segment of the podcast is fun facts with Greeny.
Yeah, we could do that. I know some fun facts.
I'm down for that.
Yeah, Malaga was good. I think we'd all go back.
100% go back. 100%. It was a really cool experience. Like good company,
maybe
good vibes.
Maybe people Estepona don't want us back. but
for those of you that haven't been in Malaga, just know the talent out there is unbelievable.
You're definitely tailoring to our demographic. 24 to 34-year-old men.
24 to 34-year-old. Yeah, listen,
that's our demographic.
you want to go on holiday? Take yourself to Malaga, mate. Honestly,
it was pretty ridiculous. Yeah,
the engine's out there.
The engine. A serious brake horsepower, mate.
Right. Okay. I guess we can talk about things that are upcoming.
Upcoming things.
Upcoming. Obviously, the kind of paintball things we've got upcoming are CPPS.
2 weeks time.
So we've got.
We have a training next week.
Yeah.
Double training next week.
We train every week. Is it double?
I'm pretty sure it was. I thought the calendar said double.
Well, I guess I better find somewhere to stay.
If it's not double, let's make it double. Why not?
Yeah, I'm happy to double. There we go. Training's organised. That's 4 of us. So we got CPPS next week. In 2 weekends' time.
Mm-hmm.
So the Mustangs are going to be competing in that because the pro team has been banned.
Banned. It's not banned.
I ain't fucking having it.
Banned, mate.
CPPS has moved on to different things as of the pro teams of the UK.
Yeah, so no more pro teams at CPPS, which I think we all agree is a good thing.
I think it is a really good thing.
What we do have is we have a very strong Mustangs. I should call it properly Mustangs squad going in because
representing up the boys.
Yeah, because a lot of our players aren't ranked pro yet. So we've got Big Ethan is going to be playing still with Mustangs. Aiden's still going to be playing with Mustangs.
Ethan Levy is going
to be playing with Mustangs.
He's going to be playing with Levy because I know some of you may argue he's ranked pro. However, he is unfortunately
doesn't play for the 15s anymore.
Not part of our pro roster for this year at least. He's got other things going on in his life. He's got
unfortunately.
Yeah,
He's got a wedding.
Really,
He's just
unfortunately,
bought
there's-
himself a fancy car.
yeah, he's got other commitments,
other
which
priorities.
that's fair enough. That's
Yeah.
fair enough. We're not salty at all. Ethan.
So we got them. Coffee's going to come over and be the one pro that we're allowed, so he gets some reps in. He's been living out in Dubai, so it'll be the first time he plays paintball in a while.
Yeah.
So he's gonna try and get sharp, ready for Portugal, and then captain Guy Wakefield is still going to be captaining. They've got a terrible coach called James Green. He sucks. And then we've got our pickups. We've got our regulars as well. We've got Joho, Hunter. Who am I forgetting?
Guy.
No, we had
No,
Guy.
we said
Guy's
about
in
Guy.
there.
Joho, Hunter, Ethan,
Yeah, that's it.
Robinson.
You got three Ethans in one team.
Triple Ethan.
We are triple Ethaned up right now.
You got
Triple
three
E.
in one team.
Well, he'd come under our new pickups. I haven't got to the pickups yet.
I'm intrigued. Is potentially the Lucas Medley coming along?
Do you know what? We should just DM him and try and get him down.
I think we just get him in.
Yeah, should we do it?
That'd be pretty
I
cool.
don't know.
Yeah, we're trying to get Luke.
We'll see him after. We're podcasting. Professional.
I can multitask.
Luke the turret.
Mason can definitely multitask. We all know what that is.
Bro, he's sliding. He's sliding reels under the table.
Yeah,
right
yeah.
now, bro. He's an iPad kid.
Yeah, 100%.
I wouldn't say I'm an iPad.
You're there locked in
Nah,
sometimes.
bro.
Like,
Yeah.
Nah, if anyone on this team's an iPad kids fan, it's definitely you.
What the hell?
100%. Mate.
I'm not an iPad kid.
Raging
Mason,
iPad.
look at this.
Nah,
So-
not at all, mate.
No,
The way Beans locks in, mate. Honestly,
there's a different reason Beans is on his phone. I'm just saying.
grinder.
Hey.
Very
Anyway,
inclusive. Here.
Anyway, we're going through the pickups. So we got Ethan Robinson,
Mhm.
Alex Elwood, and then Kieran Ride, who I don't think can actually play round one.
No, I think he's going on holiday.
Yeah, which is a shame, but he's been at every training and he's been playing well, so he'll be an asset for round two.
That's poor.
So we've got the Mustangs, and then we've got some lucky 15s appearances basically. So
Well, Mason and TC, what are
Mason
you
and
up to
Megan,
around?
yeah. Why don't you spill your beans?
Big up the Ducks. You already know what's going down. If you didn't know, obviously we're I'm be coaching Ducks and T's going to be playing. So we had our first practice weekend on the layout this weekend just gone. And I think it was definitely productive. I think it was a bit of it's going to be a noticeable learning process, I believe.
New system.
It's a new system, right? You know, it's them adjusting, getting used to different calls, how I want them to play, the understanding of like, we're not just going to always do what we want to do at the tournament, at training. We're going to try different things, you know, and people are put out of their comfort zones. You know, it's not just usually where you turn up, you know, you're expected to play on a certain side, you know. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm definitely looking forward to the challenges that's going to come through the season. I think that's the biggest thing is how it's going to develop through like round 1 to 2 to 3, 4, 5.
What's something you really want them to focus on for round one, Mason? As a new team coming into the division, like what would you look at and go, okay, I'm glad we're doing that right, if you can pull that off?
Break shooting.
Break shooting.
especially on this layout, because it's crucial on this layout, I think.
It is.
And what about after the break, right? Because that's only the first 10 seconds.
Just getting the full picture, right? If we lose a body, fine, or if we kill someone on the break, just getting the full picture. And what I mean by that is understanding where everybody is on the field, trying to understand who's where. You know, they have all the calls that they need to try and picture it all together. I think it's just that it's hard when you don't play all together at the same time, like week in and week out, every weekend. So, you know, when you just have one weekend all together to try and learn so much, you know, it seems sometimes like a bit of an information overload. You know, you're trying to take in so many different things, criticism, information, what you need to do, and, you know, your teammates' sort of opinions as well. So I think the biggest thing is just sort of how we can move forward together and try and always keep a positive atmosphere, at least. Because if I can keep that, then I think it's just sort of a learning process by round, really. But if they can focus on break shooting, then, yeah, just let the other things come naturally, I feel, just the more you play paintball, in my opinion.
I mean, they're trying to all buy VRs. They're all trying to get VRs so they can play during the week. I think it's an amazing idea because one of the guys on the team, he brought his brother and he played for the first time this weekend. He's 13, but he'd been playing like VR paintball religiously for the last couple of weeks. and he was on the field and he had no fear factor in him. He was just playing it as if it was a game. And I think it's a good introduction, not only for young people, but I just think in general, like when you get a new layout, it's there. Like as soon as the layout's released, it's on the day. And I think if we could build up maybe like an online scene, we could do like virtual tournaments and stuff like 15s v, I don't know, Mustangs or Firm or teams like that. And I think that's stuff that can also help players develop like when they actually play paintball, because you're not necessarily putting so much pressure on yourself in the moment. Like you're at the comfort of your own home, you can learn the layout at your own pace and it's still accurate to what you're playing. So if they can do that, I mean, it's just, yeah, as you're saying, it is just small improvements.
Yeah. And Mason, who, not knowing the Ducks as well as you, who's a player that we should keep an eye out for?
I mean, Mason lost in the one-on-one to one of them on the weekend. I thought I'd just drop him
did,
in
man.
it. So
I did.
Mason doesn't win many one-on-ones, to be fair.
Shut up, mate. Shut up. Yes, I do, mate. I win the crucial one-on-ones. Right? You need me to win a one-on-one.
World's worth fish. I can't even hear it. All I can hear is like yapping.
We've caught a big one here, boys.
Does my head in. Next thing.
It does my head in.
Look at him laughing.
Anyway, who do we need to keep an eye out on?
I don't know if I want to say so early because I think it's
so not TC then.
Keeping the cards in the back pocket.
Not TC.
Yeah, we can't. All right,
on his own podcast.
If for any CPPS elite team and you don't think this guy's going to do damage, then you're deluded. So I know what TC can do.
He's lethal with that America, mate.
Trust me, man.
That's my HQ right there. It's the HQ.
Mega Man's evil lair is America.
I'm in the American
But okay, let's just say I think they've all impressed me in individual moments at a certain time, right? I don't think it's anyone's like a certain standout on that team just yet.
Very political, Mason. We respect that.
So that's what I would say. I think they've all had their individual good moments, and I think they've all got good attitudes to learning. Some have different sort of processing of how they sort of approach to get better, how they approach the criticism that I give them or the information that TC might give them from a point. So yeah, that's all I would say, man. I'm just trying to stay focused, not overthink too much, because coaching for me, I find it very different to playing. Playing for me sometimes is more of like just a natural thing. I don't really think about it too. Obviously, you think about it, but
no, we've definitely noticed Mason not think about it.
Yeah, sometimes
definitely not think about that shot in my pack. No one will see it. We'll be fine.
Nah, mate. What are you talking about?
I noticed you dishing out some press ups. Who had to do the most press ups?
I don't even think they did push ups, but
mate.
I don't think
they're not even listening.
You need to lay down the law.
Yeah,
who needed to do the most press ups?
I think it was Ads, right? Ads. Yeah, Ads was meant to do the most.
What kinds of things result in having to do press ups under Mason Hines?
It's just like I'd give instructions sometimes, and then just he'd do the complete opposite thing. But I think you sort of understand it. But I feel like this is probably something that I've learned, that sometimes what I might say doesn't really come across clearly sometimes. Like the way I see things and I might put it across someone, they might not see it in the same way that I do. So like one gap I was getting him to shoot, right? And he didn't see it. Or he was like one of the last people on the field, something like that. But I can't remember what the other thing was. But yeah, it was just that.
You got the calls at one point. I know you weren't.
Yes, that was it, right? So
I know his coaching better than himself.
Yeah. So much going on.
Right? Them all on a silver platter for you, Mason. I can't remember. It was only yesterday.
Yeah, it was
literally. No, it was not yesterday. But anyway, yeah, he was in the alpha, right? And then he calls the snake one, which isn't the snake one, is the Bravo. And I'm like, it's not snake one, Ads. Like trying to just make him sure that like I'm not going to tell him what the bunker is, but it's not one.
That little like instant.
And then he looks at me, acknowledges what I say, and then looks across field and still goes, shoots at the guy and goes, snake one. I've just told you.
This reminds me a lot of when we did that drill with Marcelo where we had to play the outside of a bunker and then make a move.
Mm.
And then TC was just constantly coming out on the inside and shooting people.
Bro, in a gunfight,
And then he's like, yeah, but I shot him. And it's like, that was not the drill, TC.
This way.
Wasn't the drill.
I would like to raise a moment that I've just remembered from Malaga.
Oh, yeah, okay, go on.
Can we talk about you running down Greeny?
Yeah.
Toilet man in there. I thought, right, normally, right,
Mate, no, I'm going to tell this story, right? I'm going to tell this story.
No,
So-
because there's two perspectives.
No.
As soon as I see you dive in the snake, I can't see him. He's silent, mate.
You
Just
can't
lurking
even
in the
remember
dark.
what happened yesterday.
Silent,
I
mate.
remember what happened vividly.
Nah, mate.
So it's like a 43 or something like that. And I'm in the snake 50 and Mason's behind me. And I know there's someone right in front of me. And I know that this player has been running people down all day. So I'm trying to stay sneaky, get a kill. And then if he comes and runs me down once I get a kill, that's 2 for 1. That's great. So I'm chilling. And then I hear Mason shout across the field like, hey, I think it's just me and you, to one of our other teammates that's further up. And he goes, no, we've got someone alive. So Mason knows that it's at least a 3-on-3. And I'm still staying quiet, which is, sometimes you make that decision as a snake player to be sneaky.
Yeah.
And then I hear Mason goes, hey, kill the snake. And I go, sweet, Mason, I'm still alive. And then Mason hears me and comes and runs me down.
Bear in mind,
I'm still alive.
I didn't
I'm
run him down. I put one ball on him, right?
You ran
You
man
did,
down.
you
I saw
did.
you
And
10
also-
times running down the snake.
Yeah, but I said, okay, so if I killed the snake...
It doesn't matter that you just put one ball on me, mate. I'm a professional paintball player. I can take 3 or 4. It's the fact that I was the only one of our team as well wearing a Lucky 15's jersey. That's the other thing. In a green beanie, right? And he's just like, yeah, that's a baddie.
Every single
the
one.
worst thing was I went, oh, for fuck's sake, Greeny. Like, because I thought he hadn't told me that he was alive, and then I look back, and then he's like, yeah, no, I was telling you, and I'm like, oh god, right, okay, brilliant.
It was comical. It's also the first time you've had a chance to run me down in a while, so you
got to take those
you
things
got to
with both hands.
take them when you can. I'd also been mean to you in the car. I started a running joke in the team that we won't repeat here, but Mason had a few reasons to run me down, but he didn't even use any of them as an excuse. He's just like, yeah, I thought you were baddie.
Yeah, it was my emotion.
If you'd run me down, if it was like a 41 and you'd run me down just for shits and gigs, I would have been like, that's quite funny actually.
No, he's probably trying to get more kills. That's all it is.
Yeah, I wanted that.
Yeah, pick him.
He's stat building.
Confirmed kills. Yeah, no, that was really funny.
I
thought about it. I thought no one was going to bring it up, and then I was just thinking,
had to, man.
Oh, mate. But yes, that's CPPS. Jim's also playing for Sandbaggers. That's boring. We won't talk about that. Boo.
Shout out Sandbaggers though.
Yeah, and then we're on to Portugal.
Sleds and stuff, man. Shout out Sandbaggers.
Yeah. No, we love Sandbaggers. We just don't love Jim playing for Sandbaggers.
What?
Did he just say that?
They're his boys.
Do you think Greeny just said Baggers are coming to Portugal?
Yeah.
No, mate.
No, I said then we're going to Portugal.
Oh, sorry.
God. Do we need subtitles for you, mate?
Portugal is on horizon. We've got 3 weeks now? Well, 3 weeks we'll be there.
Yeah, so we fly out on the 9th, so 3 days after CPPS.
Just under 3 weeks.
Yeah, and then we train. I think it's all Wednesday. We're training out there.
Wait, we were flying out on Tuesday.
No, we're flying out on the Wednesday morning.
Then we're training.
And we train on Wednesday.
Are we training Thursday?
We're doing the at the event training. We're doing some acclimatizing training on the Wednesday. Then we're doing at the event training, and then we do the tournament. Acclimatizing. So yeah, we got extra training while we're out there. That's probably when we're going to refine everything down. That's when Marcelo will be with us, so we'll get a view on like what our actual.
You're going to see everything, and then
change what they're doing. Yeah, he's going to come over and be like, "Damn, these guys are so good at paintball. Wish I was as good at paintball, but
He's going to come in and say, "Wow, you guys are just doing everything wrong."
Yeah, that's normally what happens.
Yeah,
that's why he's the coach.
Like, why are you playing like this? Oh, okay. Sorry, Marsh.
The best version of that was when Jim said, "You just can't hit that guy on the break," and then Marcelo came out and hit that guy 7 times in a row.
Yeah, he's pretty good at that.
But not the best break shooter in NXL anymore, officially.
Officially.
More
Right,
about
who's it right now?
BB Fit.
it's I think currently it's Trenton.
It's got to be, mate. My
No,
guy was drilling people on the break.
Trenton's ridiculous. At Carp as well, he was shooting that like insert spot. It was a joke. TC knows all about that. But you do.
It's just gonna open an old wound.
Yeah.
Well, that guy that missed on the break. I don't know who it was, but I'm still not happy about that, bro.
It's all right, T. Don't worry, man. We'll get back a cup this year.
Yeah, we'll get back at the cup this year. Champions bracket.
Yeah, come on.
You know the rules.
Yeah, we've got who we got? We got Joy Division, Outrage, Gladiatory, and Coming at You. Oh, I haven't played Coming at You in years.
Last time we played them with DPL.
DPL. And they had to turn their gun down so they could shoot over the snake beams because I was just like cooling down.
All right, shout out Ainsley.
Shout out Ainsley. Hey, all the pros shoot at 260. That's the other fun fact of the
There's a little trick for you. If you want to shoot over bunkers,
it's the Clintmore special.
Just, turn it down a little bit, man.
Or, yeah, especially if you're R height. You need
the reverse WAP is Clinton's special.
Yeah.
Ignition.
So that'll be a fun event. I mean, they're all teams we played before.
Apart from, well, yeah, I guess.
We played Coming at You before. Yeah.
New Coming at You though. Clips team now.
Ooh. Oh yeah. Yeah. They've come across to the dark side.
The dark side. It's
a
great side.
You do have a good Yoda impression. Yeah, that'll be fun.
I just say, why would you die when you can shoot Planet Clips?
Exactly.
Age-old question, man.
Age-old question.
You just throw us that T-shirt. Can you just like hold it up for a bit? I only stretch it. Yeah, there you go.
There you go, mate. You got that.
If you don't know, no.
I think the funny part is it's probably going to be backwards and mirrored anyway. So
no, because I'll just put it in post. Come on, mate.
my bad.
Amateur over here. We got a
I
mic.
didn't get it into you.
We got
mate.
a mic now and everything. We've upgraded from the £12 Amazon headphones that no one liked in the first episode.
Get it.
Yeah. Yeah, so to be honest, I think Portugal last year was my favourite event of the year.
I didn't get to play Portugal last year.
But like just the vibes of the team. It was somewhere new. It's a really like fun venue to be. And then we all went down into Lisbon.
How about you playing in the jungle, man?
Yeah.
Were
any of you in my car with Carver?
No.
We ended up.
Oh yeah,
we ended up accidentally off-roading in our rental car, going down like a cliff that was like genuinely that steep. And it was like one of those ones where Carver just had to let the car slide and hope we turned at the end when there was this big drop, and he wouldn't let anyone get out. He was like, "No, we do this together."
All right.
That was Marsh's first experience of traveling with us, and he was like, "This is wild, yo."
Yeah. Just saw the clips, the videos of the descent. It's quite serious.
Yeah, the thing is, those videos as well made it look like not as bad as it was in real life.
Yeah,
we got done on the hire cars for damage, and it wasn't even our car.
Yeah, that was the worst thing. Ainsley goes in the chat, which one of you's broke the car? And Carver's probably thinking there.
No, we had a separate group chat where we were like, this is the only place we'll ever talk about. Like,
yeah.
And then Carver was like, oh shit. Because we had to duct tape some things to like back into the car. And then it was Twiz because he'd like slightly reversed into a bollard and like slightly dented his number plate.
Oh, it's
absolutely stunned.
Big up Twiz.
Big up Twiz.
Can we drop that yet?
Exactly.
No.
She's probably in the
Nah, it's all right. I appreciate you checking in there. That's okay.
Don't worry about it.
What was that being, sorry?
Like when he was probably hit that pole, T was probably there going, "Oh, Twiz, I think you've just hit that," and then Twiz would probably just respond, "Nah, mate, it's all right, son. It's all right, son."
Hey, touch parking's a thing. We did a bit.
Yeah, clearly, I've experienced it, mate. I've experienced.
Yeah. Hey, you just reversed
a bit close, mate.
That's as far back as I can go.
Right.
If you had that level of control, Mason, you'd do it too.
Mate, the best one was when you parallel parked and I
won.
No, right.
Oh, that's what that was their impression. And then you
got out of the car himself, looked back and went, "Oh no, I really should sort that out." Like I was actually glad you went back because Greeny was literally like a quarter of the car over the line, like where there's a speed bump. I'm thinking, I beg you go.
Rich man parking.
Swear.
Whoa.
No, that's when you park on double yellows and just leave the car, mate.
Yeah, mate. If you've got one of them yellow tickets.
That's rich man
That's the
parking.
park anywhere
Yeah,
permit,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
The park anywhere permit.
The rich people would much rather pay the 30, 60 pound fine
than find a parking space.
find a parking space. So
that's what I do when I go to Twickenham. What?
I can't even hate it. I'm just broke.
Park well.
I can't even hate it. If I was rich, I'd do the same.
Yeah, that one was. I thought it was gonna be £30 and it wasn't. That one was a bit upsetting. We haven't done it again.
Listen, you got to learn from your mistakes.
Yeah. Yeah, but no, I genuinely thought Portugal was one of the most fun events last year. I'm really glad we're going back. It's such a fun venue. I like the fact that in Europe, the NXL goes to pre-existing paintball venues because it gives them a chance to like get some extra cash flow, do some things with it. But everything I've heard is that the Portugal venue's done a lot to upgrade.
Oh, that'd be really cool.
Since the last time the NXL was there because they had the extra cash to do it. So I really like that the NXLs are almost funding the sport that way rather than it leaving the industry. So that's great because we've obviously got the TPF event and then the Drew event where they're all at paintball parks. So I think it's really good, at least for Europe as well, where we're trying to kind of catch up. Really, I think it's a really good system. So
I think we're a step ahead with the turf though, like being on Astro.
The thing is like all of the American paintball parks that you go to, they're all on turf, except like Legacy is the only one that comes to mind for me that's grass. Tiki's as well, actually. Florida's right though. But it's just the events, all the events, because they rent the venues. They're all
of course, yeah. I get where you're coming from. I just think it's like one thing I noticed from watching the webcast was I think like the turf fields look so much more professional. And if you think about the way they're trying to grow paintball, right, and then they're trying to broadcast it. If you probably see the field as like someone outside who paintball, you think, oh, what? But they're playing in like a load of mud. But I think if you see like more professional turf, it looks consistently good over the week.
Yeah, and as one of the resident divers with a bad back too, playing on turf is way better than playing on grass. Like the first time you dive on grass, you're like, oh yeah, this is nice, and then like by the end of the tournament where everyone's dove there and all that's left is dust, and you just hit and stop, like. I don't like my back, my knees, my hips. They appreciate playing on turf a lot more.
My back has been left in Florida.
Yeah. Spencer left two vertebrae back in Florida. That was bad.
There's still just on a bit of dust pile somewhere in Florida.
We should have gone on like put a
you
little gravestone.
You should have helped me out. You should have picked up some of my spine and brought it home for me.
Here lies Spencer's vertebrae. We'll do that next year. You'll have a little like.
We'll do it this year, mate.
That's what I meant.
I mean, bro, we did send T to the America for you, bro, but you just kept dying on the break, man.
I couldn't get through trenches.
Yeah, really. That's how we're moving.
That's how we're moving. That is how we're moving. To be fair,
like back on the like the turf topic, right? So you look at other professional sports like football and rugby, American football, you name it, right? Like in the top leagues, they play on the best facilities, right? So it's not I think
there's a lot of debate in the NFL about like whether or not they're given the right surface to play. Like I do think in America it's a bit more of a like conversation than it is in Europe, but in European sports for sure, like the professionals are playing on the very best. And even when the European soccer teams soccer for the American listeners, football, the European teams go over to America, they like enforce that the American football stadiums put in the right grass and all that kind of stuff. So maybe it's an American thing, but I'm with you. Like professional leagues should have the right. And paintball's small, right? So I understand, like, you can't ship turf from venue to venue. The already turfed venues are probably going to be a bit more picky about who they let use it. Like, and so I do get it, but I do think in an ideal world, I think all of the professional players would go, can we get turf? Except for maybe the back guys who just want to shoot front guys that are stuck on the floor because it's just, sand trap over there.
Literally.
But
Bro's in the bunker.
Yeah.
I don't mean the inflatable.
Yeah. Golf bunkers. No, I agree with you. I think turf's good. So before we wrap up, we have exciting news.
Bomb. Oh.
TC, over
Yeah.
to you.
No,
You're the
let's-
mastermind.
let's-
You're the mega mind
You're the
behind this
mega
little
mind
community.
behind it.
Yeah.
Here we are.
So, against all odds, we have brought to you Against All Odds. It's basically going to be a clothing brand that we're going to be pushing. And if it's cringy, I don't care. But basically, we're bringing out some clothes. And if you guys like it, it's going to be live as soon as this comes out. So if you like some stuff, check it out. It's not going to be like your cheap materials, say, so to speak. We've prioritized quality, but we're also prioritizing our community. Like we want something that's long lasting, something that's durable, because paintball, like as you're saying, Greeny, you're diving to sneak every point. You don't want your jersey or your t-shirt or whatever you're wearing to break so we're just making sure that it's high quality but also at the right price, and it's made by the players for the players. So if you guys have anything, if you guys want anything, just feel free to DM the team page, but I'm sure you'll find the website anyway.
And the designs are super clean. I mean,
that's one thing I wanted to chime in about, right? It's not like your typical paintball brands where
it's cool.
You're getting your typical
cool.
dry fits and whatnot. I've just plastered over some
minimal. It needs to be too loud. We still want to go with the brand personality, because let's be real, we are a quite loud in your face team, and we kind of want our brand to showcase who we are. We're not just going to lie and just say that we're this luxury brand. We're not. We want it to be authentic.
So TC, how do people get their hands on the AAO merch?
So for now, it's going to be a pre-order basis. So we're going to have the shop open for a week, and then you submit your orders, and at the end of the week, we'll start processing. So
so the shop is now live.
It's going
to
be.
Where do people go? Where do people go to get them?
It's on Shopify, but we will plug the link on the Instagram. Go to our Instagram, Lucky 15's official. We also have our own Instagram, so we'll be plugging that as well.
Yeah.
But the
we'll
two
put
of
it in the link of the Spotify, and if it ends up on YouTube, the YouTube video.
Yeah.
But it's is it Against All Odds .shopify, Against All Odds PB
.myshopify.com.
Yeah. So we're going to try and update that to be a more professional domain at some point, but that's what we got for now. A bit of a sprint finish on this one, but essentially the team have been hearing for years that people want more ways to connect with the players. They want ways to support as well. We get asked about that a lot, and we don't really want to just take donations from people because doesn't feel right. So we wanted to do something that was collaborative. Our fans, our community get stuff, but they also show their support either just by wearing it out and showing that you're a fan, or by actually making a purchase. So T's done a huge amount of work getting this off the ground, and I guess my ask is at least just check it out. If there's nothing that appeals to you, or you got feedback and you don't want to commit to making a purchase, that's absolutely fine. We're not asking people who don't
think it's dead. I think it's dead. Just say it's dead, because we're coming out with some new drops, so I'm sure there'll be something eventually
and that's the big thing we're trying to do with this Portugal drop. This is our first attempt at this. So if we get feedback that the quality is not good enough, or the prices are wrong, or don't like the designs, or it's not clear how it works on the website, whatever it is, we're trying to test and learn here. And what we really want to do is go big for the UK event. So that's not to underplay what we've done, because I think it's pretty cool. Like I say, TC's done, but yeah, that's kind of where we're at. We're trying to get it right.
TC's a designer these days, people. You know what I mean?
Look at that brain, mate. It's full of ideas.
Wants to make you look drippy. So if you're intrigued, mate, get on it.
He's a professional looking drippy, isn't he?
Yeah. Full drip over there.
Full drip, mate.
We got hoodies, we got joggers, we got shorts, we got caps, hats. We got bucket hats. We got beanies.
We got one of the two.
We got varying logos and designs and patterns. So if there's anything you guys like, just go and check it out.
Nice.
Hashtag AAO.
Yeah.
Hashtag AAO. There's lots of AAO themed songs knocking around as well. So we got some theme songs coming up.
We need a jingle. We need a podcast jingle, and I need a little website jingle.
Do you want to make one now?
We won't.
Ready, bro.
Yeah.
Well, if anyone wants to make us a jingle, there we go. That's one of the samples we got. Plugged on the pod if people want to go see it. But yeah, I think that's everything.
That about wraps it up, really.
Yeah.
That's our bit of news for the upcoming weeks.
Yeah. And we've been hearing lots of you saying that you like the pods and they're going good. So
Just drop a line at them.
Likes, follows.
Yeah, the
Support.
feedback's the big thing, right?
Yeah.
So a lot of what we're doing at the minute is to connect with people that want to know us a bit more in depth.
Yeah, the
And-
people rather than the team.
Yeah, because at the minute, right, it's putting personalities to faces, right? We're as much as we're professional paintballers, we're actually just trying to be a bit more approachable, you know.
Yeah,
we're all quite nice guys, so.
Well,
But
we're
no,
definitely approachable guys.
we just want to connect with more people, right? And sort of get to know the fan base that is supporting us and try and sort of give back to that as well. So that's what these podcasts are. That's what this Against All Odds clothing brand is. It's sort of connecting with people that appreciate us, and it's giving back and appreciating you guys.
It's just a platform for us to reach out to like people on like a personal level, not necessarily on like a paintball level.
Yeah. And there's more coming from the team, right? As the year goes on, we're looking at coaching programs, looking at clinic programs. We're going to try and be more active on our socials once we try and get to events. So we're trying to get
launch up a Discord. Hopefully, get a little community going.
Discord will be coming soon. Actually, I think we should get that live for Portugal, so people can
maybe even a little bit before. If we can get it live going into it, at least people that are actually following us can talk about it.
Yeah. So we're trying to do a lot, but we'll kind of drop that as and when it lands. But any ideas, any feedback, any level of support, we're welcome to. And just hearing that this is kind of interesting and engaging, I think has been really helpful for us, because even though it's just us sitting in front of a camera, it's actually taken us a bit of effort to get here. So.
My biggest thing is the feedback thing, right? This is a big teething thing for us.
Brand new.
It's all brand new. We don't really know what we're doing. We're not professional podcasters. We're not professional clothing brands. Well, yeah, but you know what I mean? Like we're the only thing we are professional in is playing paintball. So this is a big teething thing for us. And so any feedback you do have and any way that you can help, even if it is by liking, sharing, and just you see one of us at an event and just pull us aside and say, hey, like I really like this and this is how I think you can help, or just DM the page, the Insta and stuff, and just let us know. Do you know what I mean? Like we're all very open to criticism and adapting going forward. So.
And you can submit questions as well, and we can answer them in the next podcast.
So the one question we have got that I'll answer now, and then we'll wrap it, is are we going to do guests? We're 100% going to do guests. We're trying to get the first sort of 5 to 10 out of our under. Maybe we do one after Portugal with a guest who speaks to the MVP or something. We're trying to get most.
That'll just be us again.
Yeah, my man. We're just trying to get some under our feet so we know how all this works. So when guests do come on, it's easy for them. So we'll do guests. If you have ideas about who you want to hear from, let us know. We kind of want to put a spotlight more on Europe than America. But so let us know. But on that, thanks for listening. And I think the next one we'll do will be the day before we fly out to Portugal. So if you have any pre-Portugal questions for us, let us know.
Let us know.
All right.
All the best. Thank you for listening.
People.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Don't know that.
Bye-bye, driver.
Goodbye.
Bye. What was that, Mason? Mason, what was it? What did you just say? What did you say?
You know the rules.
You know the rules.